The white flash of the teleporter pad faded away, and Nixie found herself and her daughter in a familiar place, the teleporter chamber of the Oberon Corporation Citadel. Though she was no longer employed by the company, she was always welcomed and accepted. Every now and then, she had fleeting memories of a time when she was more connected to this place. And to be honest, Nixie didn't miss those times. Working as an operative was simply a distraction to keep her from addressing her fears. Fears of failure, fears of following her dreams, fears of being apart from Alfreda. Now, all of those fears were squashed. Nixie was a successful business owner, a loving wife and partner, and a proud mother. She held Duinya's hand as they strolled from the teleporter chamber and into the corridors of the Citadel.
Today, we're going to take you to a new park. One that has an even bigger playground than the other one.
Really, Mom? I'm so excited! I really love you and Mama. I'm glad I'm your daughter.
Oh, honey. You make me very happy. Thank you. I'm sure your mama also feels the same way.
They turned a corner, and then Duinya visually hopped in place.
Mama! It's you!
Alfreda was strolling down the corridor, and she frowned deeply. Her eyes were unfocused, and she had her bag containing her statues with her. As soon as Alfreda glanced up and saw Nixie and Duinya, she stopped.
What are you two doing here? Oh no, today is park and picnic day. Shoot.
Yeah, it is, but is everything okay? You have your bag with you.
Alfreda moved over, quickly hugged little Duinya, and grabbed one of Nixie's hands, interlacing their fingers.
Hey, we're still going to the park today. I think I'll need a distraction after what's going to happen.
What's wrong, Mama?
Oh, it's grown-up stuff. We found out who the Traitor is. We're going to handle it in a few minutes.
Oh, no. Need me to do anything?
Oh, no. It will be fine. I'm bringing enough guards in with me in case it goes badly. Besides, both Linnet and Elvinia will be there. Do you want to just wait in one of the visitors' lounges until I'm done?
Sure thing, beloved. Be careful.
Oh, I will. I think you'd be quite perturbed with me if I wasn't.
Nixie bent down to her daughter.
Your mama has to go do some super tough girl work, and we're going to wait until she's done. Give your mama some kisses for luck, okay?
Duinya reached up and embraced Alfreda so tightly, and gave her a kiss on the cheek when Alfreda bent down.
I love you, Mama. Go do some tough girl stuff, okay?
Oh, I will. I'll make it quick.
Alfreda leaned in, gave Nixie a quick kiss on the lips, and then strolled away. A wild tension danced in Nixie's chest, but she cast it aside as she led Duinya towards one of the visitors' lounges.
Trust me, you're going to love the Reuben. It's my favorite sandwich.
It sounds really yummy. Oh, I can't wait to try it. What's this place called again?
Anthony's.
Olilee and Karina walked side by side, disguised as humans, thanks to their HABs. It was a pretty nice day, and the turf war was at a lull for the moment. No doubt they would both be called upon for action. So moments like these were splendid treasures. Every now and then, the tips of Karina's fingers would graze Olilee's. When they did, Karina's heart bounced up and down in place, despite her trying to maintain a cool composure. At first, Karina wondered if it bothered the Arcanist, but it kept on happening, and at even more rapid intervals. Karina smiled.
I'm really glad I got the chance to work with you on arcane science projects and such. Not only has it been super fulfilling doing something that calls to me, but I really liked getting to know you better. You're awesome.
Their pinkies slid against one another again.
Thank you. It has been really great getting to know you as well. I never expected to make such an awesome friend. And together, we were able to do some amazing projects. Sorry again about the whole bait and trap thing. I was told not to tell you, so Elvinia could see how you reacted.
It's no big deal. I certainly hope I passed the assessment.
Oh, you totally did. I vouched for you, hardcore.
Thank you for that. Did they ever find the girl? The one who tried to access your terminal?
Beats me. That is above my pay grade, I guess. Elvinia was in kind of a funk over the last couple of days, and she seemed grimly focused when we left the Citadel. I'll be glad when things get back to normal. I just want to make cool artifacts, have a drama-free work environment, and spend time with you, you know?
I want to spend time with you too.
Olilee's little pinky hooked and wrapped around Karina's. Slowly, Karina peeked over at Olilee, who stared back in intense anticipation. Karina curled her pinky snugly around the arcanists.
So, I was thinking about the nozzle for the circular turret. What if we had the energy projectiles become polarized so when they struck an object or person, it transfers that state to them? Then, we could rig the turret to modify the energy signatures of the blast to be drawn to the polarized target.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. It would certainly make the turrets harder to deal with. What if we made the initial projectiles circular and then morphed the more deadly second wave projectiles into swifter, more aerodynamic needle shapes?
If we did it that way, it would probably lower the energy output of the internal reactor and give each turret more battery life between charging. If we made the projectiles unstable and volatile enough by supercharging the atoms within, do you think we can make the needles explosive?
We should totally make different versions and see which one performs best in field testing. Ah, Karina, we make a great team.
A great pair?
A great couple?
Karina couldn't help but smile broadly, which made Olilee do the same.
Yes, a great couple.
Olilee interlaced her fingers with Karina's. This was it, the moment of dread. Linnet sat beside Alfreda's desk, while Alfreda sat behind it. Elvinia sat along the back wall, and she was fiddling with an artifact. Perhaps when Zarida came in, she would think that Elvinia was just doing what arcanists did. But that was not the case. The artifact was in perfect working order, and Elvinia was giving the illusion that she was fixing it. From what Elvinia said, blasts from the artifact made limbs go numb and paralyzed. Obscured from view of where Zarida would be seated, 4 of Alfreda's soldiers had been set up, ready to be grown. And Linnet? She had her aria of sleep ready, at least the lyrics echoing in her mind, ready to be sung. The door opened up, and Zarida walked inside. She had her usual smile on her face, and she moved with a casual bounce in her step. That is, until she noticed Elvinia.
Oh, I didn't know that the head of R&D was going to be here. This is just a performance appraisal, right?
Please, sit down.
And just like that, Zarida's delight fell away. She stood up straighter and she narrowed her eyes at Alfreda. Her mouth formed a small line under her nose.
I hope you'll understand if I decline.
Alfreda stood up and stepped back away from her chair. At the same time, Elvinia closed to the latch on the artifact that she held, and she stood up too. Linnet was the last to stand, but she stared hard at Zarida.
This won't end well for you.
At this point, I'm going to have to direct you to my supervisor.
Zarida pulled out a small, flat gem from her belt, and she tossed it to the ground before her casually. Linnet still hunched down a little, and Elvinia leveled the artifact to fire. As soon as the stone hit the ground, a projection rose up from it, and it showed the interior of a space that Linnet had never seen before. The interior had dark blue crystal walls, and a desk quite similar to the one in Alfreda's office. The projection was quite bright and cast little shadows all over the office. A pulsating purple shimmer glimmered from the flat gem. Sitting behind the desk was a vile and horrid person. She glanced up from reading what Linnet could only assume were reports. A sick smile creased Kolumbia's face.
Ah, I was wondering when you were going to finally find out about my spy. To be honest, I've been expecting this transmission for days now. What took you so long?
We're going to deal with her, and then we're going to defeat you.
No, I'm afraid you won't be doing either of those things. You see, the end has already begun. I've already made my move, and it was right under your noses. Literally.
What are you talking about?
Oh no. That artifact projecting the image. It's not just a projector.
Elvinia glared hard at the gem on the ground, and it continued pulsating with rapid rhythm.
That's right. Sequence. Zephyr, Leviathan, Inferno, Terra, Oblivion.
Zarida stepped onto one of the shadows, and then she melted into it. Elvinia pointed the artifact and fired, but the beam barely missed hitting Zarida in what was left of her face.
She got away! Sorry, I didn't realize.
A gigantic explosion rocked the entire citadel, savagely. Seconds later, 2 more explosions boomed out, and Linnet fell to the ground. By the time she got to her feet, Alfreda was beside her, helping her stand up. Elvinia was seated against the wall, and she was tapping on her laptop. Her face was locked in absolute terror, and all the while the image of a smiling Kolumbia haunted the room like a specter.
What did you do?
She caused a breach in the Citadel main reactors. They're going into a meltdown state, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. She also... She detonated a bomb in R&D.
That's right. 3 out of the 4 Arcanists were in there, working on projects. How sad.
You bitch! Why did you have to kill them? They were innocent and had nothing to do with your stupid mother!
They worked with you, so they are guilty by association.
You're the absolute worst!
A white crystal resting on Alfreda's desk shimmered to life.
Alfreda! Someone took Duinya! Someone reached out of the wall and snatched her!
No! Please, not our daughter! No!
Oh, seeing your anguish is so cathartic.
From somewhere in Kolumbia's office, a door opened up, and the screaming was all too recognizable. Linnet's eyes watered as she watched Zarida enter the frame, pulling and tugging a struggling Duinya in her grasp. A trail of blood streamed down Duinya's busted lip.
Shut up, you little bitch!
With savage speed, Zarida backhanded the poor, sweet child to the ground.
Leave my daughter alone! Don't worry, Mama is coming right now. Somehow, we're both coming for you.
Unfortunately, you're not. We also disabled your teleporter pads. Say goodbye to your mama, you little brat. She's going to die.
In an instant, the projection ended, leaving the room darker than it was before. Alfreda grabbed the white crystal, fed magic into it, and blinked away her tears.
Attention all personnel. This is an emergency evacuation order. Everyone still alive, get to the teleporter pads. I repeat, get to the teleporter pads.
Alfreda sprinted from the room, and so Linnet and Elvinia trailed behind her.
Kolumbia said she disabled the teleporter pads. Can you reactivate them, Elvinia?
I I don't know. It depends on what she did.
It didn't take long for Alfreda, Linnet, and Elvinia to get to the teleporter chamber. The citadel started to shake ominously right before they stepped inside, and ever so slightly, Linnet felt it was getting worse. Nixie was there, along with a little more than 20 of the Anam refinery workers. Many were bleeding from wounds, and a couple had missing body parts, like arms and legs. Linnet ran over and she began singing her hymn of healing. As she sang, she heard the others talking.
I'm so sorry, Alfreda. I was knocked to the ground from the blasts, and when I got to my feet, she was already being dragged into the shadows.
It's not your fault. We're going to get out of here and save our baby girl. Elvinia, please tell me you can do something.
I'll do my best.
The notes created from Linnet's magic began healing the wounds of those injured. While it could not restore lost limbs, her power at least stopped the bleeding. Elvinia had taken off the panel of one of the central teleporter conduits, and she fiddled with it. Nixie and Alfreda held one another as they cried. The citadel vibrations got worse. Another large explosion rocked the entire area, and Linnet nearly stumbled to the floor.
Goddess, damn it! She fried all the programming. I can't get a signal or a connection.
What are you saying?
There is nothing I can do.
A white light appeared in the middle of the room, and it slowly started to expand.
That is so weird. The crystal isn't even getting a signal.
Olilee and Karina stood in a back alley, away from the prying eyes of humans. It was actually in a space where the backs of several buildings met up, giving it an obscured courtyard sort of look.
Is it possible they're doing maintenance on the system?
But that wouldn't explain why communication is cut off too. It's strange, and not in a fun and exciting way either.
Do you think there could be trouble at the Citadel?
Maybe. Under normal circumstances, we'd be cut off completely from the Citadel.
But these are not normal circumstances, because you are a genius.
If you keep saying wonderful things like that to me, I'm going to get even more arrogant. Yes, I am a genius. Watch this.
Olilee pulled out an artifact that resembled a wand, only it had a slot where objects, perhaps crystals, could be inserted into.
I was trying to devise a way to infiltrate the enemy citadel using their teleporter crystal frequency. If we manage to get one of their black teleporter crystals, we can attune the artifact to make it work for us. The alternative to getting one of their crystals is to modify one of ours to match their frequency. Once the crystal is loaded into this device, we can force open a doorway to their citadel. Now, in this situation, we're going to force the doorway open to our citadel. It's the perfect field test. Oh, Elvinia's going to be so proud of me.
I know I am.
Olilee slid the white crystal into the slot, and then she pointed the wand to an open space. The tip of the wand glowed brightly, and then a portal began opening up. As the portal expanded, a strange sight came into view. The citadel was shaking violently, and those on the other side of the portal gazed upon them with wide eyes. Many of the people, mostly Anam refinery workers, were injured. Olilee's eyes met with Elvinia's.
What's going on?
You wonderful, brilliant Nymphian. Everyone, to the portal, now, before the citadel explodes!
Explodes?
At first, the injured Anam refinery workers moved through the portal, and Karina and Olilee helped them out. Elvinia and Linnet ran through after them, with Nixie and Alfreda coming out last. A horrid crackling and rumbling sound thundered from the other side of the portal.
Close it, now!
Olilee twisted the wand and sent her intentions through the tool. The portal began to close as the interior of the citadel started to implode. As soon as the portal faded, Elvinia wrapped her arms around Olilee.
I can't believe it. You've saved us. Thank you.
You're welcome?
Elvinia frowned and she opened her mouth to speak, but Alfreda stepped in front of Olilee.
You forced a portal open to our citadel. Can you do it to the enemy too?
Yes. Yes, I believe I can. If we can get one of their crystals or align our crystal to their frequency, then we should be able to do that too.
Olilee, these monsters kidnapped our daughter. We're going after them. As soon as you find that frequency. We need it as soon as you can get it.
Don't worry, I'll help her find it. We'll save Duinya. We're going to make them pay.
Yes, we will.